This is my first installment of Quick and Crazy Thoughts. My first quick and crazy thought pertains to the Me Too movement. I was watching the movie Demolition Man the other day, and there's a scene in the movie when Sylvester Stallone meets Sandra Bullock and a couple other people in the room. Like I said, it's called Quick and Crazy Thoughts, so it will sound crazy, maybe. But he meets them in the room, Sandra Bullock and a couple other people, when he goes to shake the guy's hand. So when he shakes the guy's hand, Sandra Bullock says, "It's uncommon that we greet each other with physical contact." Then there was a different scene in the movie when I think he touched her or goes to touch her. I couldn't find the clip on YouTube to refresh my mind with it, but there was something about him touching her and she kind of acted crazy. But the main thing about the whole thing I'm talking about is the sex scene in the movie. At some point, they finally get together. She asks him to have sex. She greets him with a weird way of asking him to have sex. It was like a very robotic, very particular robotic way of talking to him when she asked him about sex. So then he agreed to have sex with her. Then she proceeds to grab two helmets, looked like they were about to be like a shock therapy type of thing, put them on both of their heads. Then they sat there and he said, "What are we doing?" He said, "We're having sex," she told him. So that was how they have sex in the future, because this movie is based on in the future. There were cops. I'm not sure if it's a different planet or what part of the future or how far in the future or advanced they are, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't see it, go watch it after this, then you understand what I'm talking about from the movie. But it seems like this can be where the Me Too movement is really pushing human beings to be, going to the point of not having any physical contact whatsoever. When you have sex, you sit down and strap a crazy looking device around your head and sit there and in some kind of way that stimulates your physical and mental being to collaborate with the person who you're sharing the helmet with. So on one hand, I can totally understand if you be like, "Yo, that sounds completely crazy, you sound nutty." But if you look at some of the stuff going on with the Me Too movement, people are literally going down for people saying they touched them 20, 30, 40, and 50 years ago with absolutely no evidence, no proof, nothing but their word against theirs. Even if they go to court and get acquitted of the charges, they still in the meantime have to face the public opinion of which now today is called the internet, which makes public opinion 1,000 times worse than it was 20, 30, 40 years ago. Even if you're found not guilty after the situation and after you go to court, at that point the damage is already done. Some people lose endorsements, they lose jobs, they lose all type of stuff, and have to settle for lawsuits in some cases just to settle it out of court, just to not even want to have their name smeared all over the internet and all over TV. So it's not far-fetched to me that the Me Too movement can be going towards what's going on in the movie Demolition Man, where people are going to get to the point where we're not going to have any physical human contact whatsoever.